Alright, so let's cut open the seal because they actually tape back the box. Okay, so now the seal is cut. Let's open the box. So you're sliding it out. Let's see, do we have anything else? Yes, we do have another box. I almost missed this out. So I'm bet inside there will be a case. Let's hope. Alright, so on the top of the box you also get a SIM ejector tool. So okay, let's take a look at the leaflets inside. So you get some documentation. I'm not sure. I think it's a quick start guide. Yes, it's a quick start guide in Chinese language. Then you get Samsung Pay as well. So I'm very glad that this phone supports Samsung Pay. And last but not least, you get a warranty card and original lock guide. I'm not sure why this is, but I'm sure if you bring this to another region and use the SIM card, you're not able to use the features on this phone. Not sure on that. And also last but not least, you get a very cheap TPU case. I mean, this is like the softest TPU case I've seen in a long while. By the way, this is a mid-range phone. I'm not expecting too much. Okay, let's put the rest to the side. Let's focus on the phone itself. Let me take out the phone from the box. Okay, so you can see you get Samsung Galaxy A51. So I'll put that to the side and see what else comes in the box. So you get a pair of cheap looking earbuds, but this has a 3.5mm jack, so it means this phone has a 3.5mm headphone jack. Alright, let's take a look at what else comes inside the box. You can see this sleeve which contains a USB-C cable to USB-A. And last but not least, you get a wall adapter. I think this is not a quick charge wall adapter. This is a standard wall adapter with a retractable pin. So very nice. Let's put down that to the side. Let's focus on the phone itself. Samsung Galaxy A51. So you can see the specs: Infinity O display, quad camera, and also on-screen fingerprint. I hope this has a screen protector though. Let's check that out. Let me slide it out of the sleeve. So this is actually a screen protector pre-installed right here. You can see on the top.
This one looks like a much better version of the A50s. And this color, just wow. I am also quite impressed with the fact that the phone is so light, thin and ergonomic all at the same time. But don't be mistaken by the looks of it, it's not glass. Samsung calls it glastic, but I truly think it's plastic. The sides feel sturdy like metal, but I've not exactly been able to guess what it is. Anyways, these 3D holographic cut patterns look amazing. If you look at the back, you can see the cameras being placed in an L-shaped arrangement, which seems to be the design language the company will be following with its upcoming phones. Aesthetically, you get all the buttons on the right, while the left side of it is reserved for the SIM tray. Down below, you get a Type-C port, a speaker, and our beloved headphone jack. So yeah, I had uploaded the A50s's design in my review, and I love this one too. Another thing I absolutely love about this phone is the front of it. This 6.5 inches Super AMOLED screen is exactly what I was looking for. There's a tiny punch hole at the center of it, which by the way is smaller than the Note 10 Plus. And I like the fact that it looks almost non-existent. Anyways, the display is amazing. The colors, the contrast, those thin bezels all add to the niceties of the display. While I'm on the subject of the phone's good aspects, I would also like to mention that this phone comes with Android 10 out of the box with One UI 2.0. And having used this Android skin, it's hard to like any other. The UI is so easy to get used to and everything is just there, so easily reachable. Designed with further eased one-handed usage on Samsung's big phones in mind, I must say that I really like the changes to it from the previous version of the One UI. The transition seems so much faster and smooth as well. The layout of items has been managed differently and for good, while the camera's UI has improved too. Overall, the UI looks more colorful and more managed, and have always complained about One UI being slower on Samsung's budget and mid-range phones, and finally Samsung seems to have listened. Now it's time to talk about the performance, and I have literally never seen Samsung give the most compelling chipset in their budget and mid-range lineups, and the story continues with the A51. You get the Exynos 9611 like on the A50s, and that kind of makes me want to roll my eyes in disgust, considering the A51 was supposed to be like a deserving upgrade over the A50s. Having said that, with that improved UI, you will get better performance than the A50s for sure. However, what Samsung is still pathetic at is the implementation of a faster fingerprint sensor. I really do hope they improve on this, and with haste. Now getting to the cameras, I don't want to give my final judgment based on the review unit I have, but as far as I've tested, I think the cameras are one of the best things about the device. The optimization seems to have improved, and you also get a new camera UI which looks more subtle than it was. Now talking about their specs, you get the same primary lens, a 48 megapixel one, then you have an improved 12 megapixel ultra wide angle lens, a 5 megapixel depth sensor as before, and an additional 5 megapixel dedicated macro lens. The macro lens seems better than the ones from Realme or Redmi, just slightly so. I have clicked a few pictures from it and here they are. Take a look and judge for yourself. The primary lens works just as good. The colors on it are punchy and the details are on point. I clicked the samples on a clear sunny day and wow, they look absolutely amazing. What I like about Samsung devices is that they have the best optimization for skies and greenery. Again, though these images look good, they might be much better in the retail units, which I will test and tell you guys in my full review. As for now, these are the wide-angle images. They are sharp and have fuller colors. Just like the primary lens, you get nice colors in skies and greenery. Till now, I think this is one of the best ultra-wide-angle images ever seen on a mid-range phone. Now let's get to the portraits. The A50s had good portrait imaging capability and same goes here with the A51 as well. The edge detection in portrait is fairly good. Under good lighting, you can get some truly amazing portraits like this one here. The camera does smoothen the subject's skin a little bit, but the end result, I must say, is fairly good. The 32 megapixel selfie cam works fine too. It's kind of similar to what was there on the A50s, which I had liked, and you get similar results from the A51. The software-based portrait selfies don't have the best edge detection, but looks good for what it's worth. Talking about the videos, there is still no 60 FPS capability and stabilization is there only for 1080p videos. However, I haven't had much time with it to check them very well, so I will leave that for the full review. Battery-wise, you get the same 4000 mAh battery on the A51 like that of the A50s. Pair that with an energy-efficient 10nm processor and a Super AMOLED display, you get battery life that is more or less similar to the A50s, which lasted me for an entire day upon moderate usage.
Okay, so I've got the Galaxy A51 right here. This is an amazing phone. It sells for around $300 right now. But I'm going to compare it against the Galaxy S20 because the S20 is kind of like the top dog that sells for about $1,000 right now. So it's going to be a $1,000 phone versus a $300 phone. But you know, the A51, it's been out for a little bit. It is, you know, kind of like A1 sauce. It's real saucy, real good. And I'm going to run through some of the basic specs. Also have some price links if you want to check out the prices for this phone in the description and comments. Okay, anyways, you can kind of tell that it's a bigger phone than the S20. So it's got a 6.5 inch Super AMOLED display on it. It's actually got a 48 megapixel back camera, which is a really nice camera. So I mean, the camera on this phone is really good. It's got an all glass design. And then as far as like the processor goes, it's got a Exynos 9611 chipset. So it can handle high graphic games, which I'm going to show you in just a second. Anyways, I wanted to pull out the box because I thought it came with a cool box when I first got it. Now I'm going to flip both these phones over. I do have both of them set to the same volume setting. I'm going to throw up some Netflix on it so we can check out the video quality. Now, you know, this phone, obviously, it's not going to be as powerful as the S20, but you know, it can definitely hold its own, which is what I'm going to show you. And you know, when you're looking at spending, you know, or just kind of looking at the fact that, you know, we have a $1,000 phone right here, and then this phone, the A51 is only going to be $300. You know, I just think it's a pretty cool comparison to see that, you know, the A51, like I said, it's kind of like A1 sauce, man. It's just real saucy. It can hold its own, and you know, we're gonna throw up some Netflix on here as soon as it updates. Now, after I do this, I'm gonna load up some Battle Prime gameplay, which is a high graphic game. So we'll get into some of the gaming. And like I said, volume and display are both set at 50% right now. Also, as you guys are watching this, if you could smash the like button, feel free to message me below in the comments if you have any questions about either of these phones. But I'm gonna keep the A51 over here on the left, and man, I was watching some Indiana Jones, but let's keep it going with the Castlevania. So I'm going to load this up on here. We're going to take a look at it on both phones. Keep the A51 up top for everybody. Like I said, said, both phones are on 50% volume, and they kind of sound pretty similar. I can't really tell too much of a difference as far as like the loudness. They sound, you know, basically the same. Anyways, let's throw up some of this Battle Prime gameplay. Now, this is a high graphic game, and I think it's important to show you that the A51 can handle high graphic games, even though the processor in it's not going to be as good as like the Galaxy S20. But like I said, $300 phone versus a $1,000 phone. Let's see what it can do, and we'll get into a match here. Now, Battle Prime is an awesome game. You know, I play this game pretty frequently. I took a break from it, but I've got back into it. It's like a third-person multiplayer shooting game. It's free to download. Definitely recommend everybody check it out. You know, hopefully we can get a win in on this match, and then a win in on the S20 when we get done with this. I might actually turn the volume up a little bit on both phones here. Alright, so I'm going to put it on max blast so we can hear it on max blast, and I'll do the same for the S20 once we get it lined up after this. Alright, man, let's do this. It's time to battle. Alright, so this map's pretty cool. Shooting from behind here. Alright, we took that guy out. Trying to kill me from behind. Starting to come back a little bit. Might be too late though. Nice. Got you, dude. Alright, well, at least we can end this match with a nice little kill right there. Alright, so we took a defeat, but more importantly, you got to see the A51 do its thing up here. You know, like I said, this phone can handle high graphic games. It's got that big display on it too, which makes it awesome. And it's definitely a loud phone. Now, we're going to get this game going down here on the Galaxy S20 to just do a little bit of a comparison. I'm going to switch it up here. Now we'll get the volume turned up on it so we can kind of hear it on full blast. You know, so S20 versus A51 right now. Let's see how it holds up. Alright, so the S20 does sound louder, not going to lie, especially on full blast, but, you know, like I said, $300 versus $1,000. You know, you gotta kind of consider that a little bit. All right, let's see if we can get a win in, because kind of sucked that we lost that match. Even though I was getting some good kills while I was playing it on this phone, we couldn't pull out the win.
Harvest mode. Kill enemies and collect their tokens.
Dude, we just got shotgunned to death right there. That was it's pretty rough. too, dude. Jesus, man, I put so many bullets into that guy. Are you kidding me? Alright, nice.
A victory.
Alright, so I got to end it with a killer right there. But more importantly, guys, you know, we won one match up here, lost one match down here. Now, the Galaxy A51, like I said, this phone is amazing. You know, it sells for about 300 bucks right now. But if you had like a price point of getting a phone under 400 bucks, I would say the A51 is definitely going to be a top dog right now. So I'll have some price links in the description and comments if you want to check out the prices, the latest prices for either of these phones. If you could smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.